Now, when the user clicks the update button, okay, we're going to be updating a patient that's currently inside of our database. So this is very, very similar to what we did a while ago for adding a patient. So I'm going to copy all of this and I'm going to paste it right here below my comment that I've created. And then I'm going to make the necessary changes that need to be made. So in this case, we are checking for the the form being a post submission. And I'm going to change so that we know that we're looking for the update button. So we're changing this to update. Okay, and this is the name of my button here in my form. I'm also going to go to, I need to add, sorry, a new entry for our form because we're now putting in the ID. So the ID is going to be a trim, just in case that there are extra spaces. And we are going to be trimming the post superglobal variable storage of the ID from the form. Okay. And I'm going to put my semicolon here. So that's pretty much some of the changes we have to make. We still have one more change to make. You notice that ID has to be used for the update. That's how the system will know which individual we're actually updating. So we're also going to check here for an empty. We're going to check for an empty ID. So if the ID that's being put in for from the user is empty, we want to definitely check for that. So if ID is empty, and if name is empty, and if email is empty, and if phone is empty, we need to check for that. Okay. In this case, we're going to say all fields are required, including the ID for updating, including the ID for updating. Just providing the user with some useful messaging. And if all is, we also need to change our SQL page, statement because this is not what we're doing. We're not inserting, well, we are inserting, but we're updating something that currently exists. So I'm going to update the patients table. We are going to set name to be equal to what the user is actually putting in, which is a $ name. Okay. We're also going to be changing, all right? We're also going to be changing the email, okay, to be equal to what the user is putting in. So quotes here, $email. We are also going to be changing the phone to be equal to whatever the user put in, which is $phone. And then we're going to be doing all of this where the ID is equal to the ID that the user has put in. Okay, so let's make sure um, we have all of the necessary things that are required. Okay, so we don't need these quotes here. We're not converting this into any string. And I think we're good here. And of course, our messaging has to be updated here. We're going to say patient updated successfully. Patient updated successfully. And remember, you can always pause the video so that you can, see properly the code that I've written, and you may be able to replicate it yourself so that we're not moving too quickly. So at this point now, we have our update, we have our add a patient. So in the next short video, what we're going to do is we're going to test our functionality, and we're also going to add to our manage patients a table at the bottom here where we'll be able to view all of the patients that we currently have in the system, including the ones that we've added.